What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. Force here with some more SC2 commentary. Today we will be looking at a game between MC and next taeJa. This is going to be a Terran versus Protoss, taeJa versus MC here on Antigua Shipyard, and let's get that tourney information. MC, our red Protoss player, spawning in the lower right hand spawn position. He recently took first place at the IEM Season 6 World Championship. Also taking first place at the Home Story Cup number 4. His opponent in the upper left-hand spawn position is next taeJa, and I am not certain if I am pronouncing that correctly, so please let me know if you know the proper pronunciation in the comments below. But yes, taeJa recently took first place at the ESV TV Korean Weekly Season 2 Grand Prix number 1. Holy heck of a name for a tournament. He also took first place at the My Call StarCraft 2 League Season number 3. There you have it, my friends. There you have it indeed. taeJa will be going with that frontal wall off as he drops the supply depot and prepares to drop his racks next, which should be coming in just one moment. You can see just saving his... Oh my gosh, no, never mind. Look at that, queuing up the SCVs. What does this imply right here? It means that he's not planning to build the racks soon because he's spending those extra resources on queued up SCVs, and he is comfortable doing so because he would be going expansion first. So taeJa deciding to go command center first here in this matchup. Very interesting opening. Now over here, MC will be doing the exact same thing. How hilarious. Look at that. You can see, again, queuing up. Now, normally you would not ever do this, queue up workers, because you wanted to place down your first gateway and another pylon and all sorts of stuff. But if you know you're going to go expansion first and you're not going to be dropping any buildings until around 400 minerals, well, that's not a big deal if you queue up a few workers. It's really not the end of the world. So there you go, both players going expansion first. Should be a macro game. At least we won't be seeing any early game aggression here from either player. After dropping the Nexus, MC will move out to scout with his probe. taeJa can of course not do that with this SCV because, well, he has to sit there and build. Womp womp womp. Oh, disadvantages of being a Terran player. Just wait for the rage in the comments below. Terran is OP, OMG, you scrub. Alright, taeJa now coming out with 2 racks over here. No refineries yet, so we'll be opening up after this expansion. Going marine heavy is likely to need a bunker as well. Early on, we'll be trying to deny scouts, although that is not going to happen as the probe scout of MC will be making it in just a moment. But after that, you will want a bunker to stop any early game zealot and stalker pressure from MC from being too effective, and that is what we're going to expect taeJa to come out with here. I feel bad every time I say his name. I'm like, am I saying it right? I don't know. I'm really concerned that I am not pronouncing taeJa's name correctly. Pretty awful indeed. Orbital command coming out at the natural expansion. Now MC has scouted out the fact that that is coming on through, also making his way up into the main. He's got plenty of time as the marine is only about halfway finished right now. We got a second rack, so now he wants to check those gas. He's going to move up and be like, all right, no gas anywhere. Let's check behind the resource line just to see if anything funny is going on. There's in fact nothing going on. And now unfortunately for MC, he is trapped inside of the main and no way that he's going to be getting out there. SCV scout for taeJa now moving out. First checking that upper right hand position. And the probe does get dropped over here. So taeJa managed to kill off MC's probe. However, MC did get that scouting info, which was all he was really concerned with. So getting that scouting info is the most important thing. He certainly wants to see if there are any refineries so he can know if he should be expecting any tech anytime soon, such as early game medevacs, wants to check the attachments here on the racks. So even if you're going to lose that scout, getting inside of the main and getting that information a lot of times is going to be well worth that loss. taeJa now coming out with those massive marines, and we might actually see him not go with that frontal bunker. I'll be interested to see if he decides to do that. You can also stop stalker pressure by kind of spreading out your marines in a line, and so that when the stalker breaks the plane of this ramp here, your marines are already firing on him, and it makes it so that you can't really micro away and do any fancy footwork against your marines. So we'll see if MC decides to push out with that stalker or not. He does have one gateway down, a second gateway coming in, a third, and a fourth. Also preparing to drop a pylon right after that. Getting that expansion nice and saturated. Same is the case over here for taeJa. He does have some good saturation over at this expansion. A couple mules also running. 2 refineries now finally coming through and 2 additional racks coming out here for taeJa. There's the bunker finally getting placed down. We do have a few marines making their way across the map. Let's see how this goes. MC responds in time, able to pull back his stalker without taking too heavy a loss. And now that there are 2 stalkers in play, this could be a problem for taeJa. He might not want to engage here. Although he's feeling pretty confident with the number of Marines he has, but again, MC with some micro can just keep going back and forth, and there's really no way those Marines can catch up to him. Without concussive shell from the Marauders, and without stim pack, the Stalker will have that advantage in the early game. Couple tech labs coming out. We'll be immediately starting that research. We'd have stim pack research coming on through. Full saturation of both those refineries, and a third refinery coming down over there. Probably going to see concussive shells sometime soon as well. Although actually he is sticking with just Marine production, so maybe not, as he's just kind of massing up the Marines right now, not even bothering with any Marauders. Mass Marines at the center of the map, and without vision inside of that smoke screen, really nothing MC can do to engage that quite yet. Back over here, we do have a few sentries and zealots. Those 4 gateways that we noted earlier, pylon placed over here. Is MC going for a quick third? Yes, he is. MC dropping the Nexus, forgoing his tech early on to try to get a very strong economy up and running as he drops that third base very early on in the game. You can see we're only 8 minutes game time, and he's already going for a third. That's pretty unheard of for a Protoss player. I mean, that's not that uncommon for Zerg, and even getting a third command center for saturation of the main and the natural, somewhat common for Terran players. But for Protoss, it is very rare that you're going to see a third this early on, so we'll have to see if MC is able to hold on here. So long as he can defend against any pressure from taeJa, this third expansion is going to certainly, well, it's the second expansion, the third base is certainly going to provide a huge boon to his economy. Continuing to mass up those Marines, now finally coming out with a few Marauders. We'll be stopping that pylon from getting placed down as MC has some planned aggression moving forward. He still does have this pylon over here. That's not the best forward position. Would have loved to have gotten that one up, but unfortunately that did get scouted out by taeJa, and he was able to deny that. Combat Shield just about finished. Stim Pack will be finishing shortly after that, and we're going to see MC move up before either of those researches get complete. Combat Shield is now complete. Maybe just seeing that is going to be enough to force MC back. Now, as soon as Stim Pack is in play too, really no way that MC is going to be able to do any damage. And yes, it looks like he will be heading back right now, realizing he's not quite in the position to be able to push on taeJa, especially since Stim Pack is now finished. Third base coming out over here for taeJa. We'll be building this right inside of his natural expansion, turning into an orbital, and then dropping it over here once he feels comfortable with that. Still just massing up these ranks units. Hasn't even gotten a factory yet. Oh, there it is. I was going to say, so we got a factory and the medevac. I completely missed it right over here. Starport pumping out those medevacs. I was going to say that would seem very odd. We have 2 engineering bays coming out. Medevacs working their way on through. Should be seeing those double upgrades immediately, and there they are. Both the weapons and armor upgrades coming out there for taeJa. Back over here for MC, Colossus transition with the thermal lance upgrade also coming out as his bay is finished. So we'll be transitioning into some Colossus play here. Also 4 more gateways coming through and a forge, both forges, so he himself can also get those double upgrades going. We do see this factory scout moving out. I'm not going to be checking too much anytime soon, as it does take him friggin' forever to move across the map. Wonder if he spotted this observer here. taeJa, do you know about this? Yes, you must. You're just sitting right under that. Just a matter of time until he scans, right? I have to assume. Really? That's quite hilarious. I'm assuming that he knows about that and he's just waiting to scan. We'll have to see though. He's getting pretty close on energy. Just need to hit that 50 in just a second. That's what he's waiting for. 50 energy. There we go. Finally drops the observer. Weapons level 1 and armor level 1 now finally researching here for MC. taeJa about halfway done. Both of those researches continuing up that bioproduction plus the medevacs. Also has an armory coming out. The armory will allow him to move up into those 2-2 upgrades for his bio. taeJa again ready to push forward, walks into the Colossus, decides to disengage here for a moment. MC wants to keep a close eye on these forces as he will have to deal with the possibility of drops. And look at this, taeJa baiting all of MC's forces incredibly far away. Oh, loses the medevac, but still look at this. All of MC's forces sitting right here. We have an attempted drop preparing to move it. Oh no, photon cannon plus those forces. There's going to be enough there to prevent that from doing much damage. We got bio going to get pinned over here, and that's going to be a huge problem as MC will quite easily be able to take care of these few forces here. I'm really concerned right now for taeJa. He's going to be losing this bio. He's got these forces right over here, but that drop was not successful. Stimming up, going for Colossus. He gets it. 1 Colossus down, tries to snipe a second. Still though, taking that Colossus out. I'm surprised MC lost that. He should have been able to micro away from that and prevent that from happening. I don't think he was paying quite enough attention, probably because he assumed it's like, oh, my force is like triple the size of what's in this base, so I'll be able to quickly mop it up. But again, as we can see, taeJa, stimming up and dropping that Colossus immediately. Quite unfortunate there for MC again. No additional harass here coming from either player. Continuous upgrades. We have got the 2-2 upgrades coming out right now for MC. 2-2 upgrades also being researched at the same time here for taeJa. Both of those players actually weren't able to get a full engagement there. Obviously, as we can see though, taeJa is behind at the moment as MC is about 900 resources ahead of him right now. MC taking control of the center of the map. He does have that third up and running, but so does taeJa. Completely oversaturated here, but that's a good thing because both players should have a very strong economy at the moment. And yes, they do. Pretty much about even right now. taeJa again prepared to push out. Got that bio plus the Vikings pulling forward, stimming up. Nice force field wall plus the Guardian Shields cutting back on some damage. Bio should be trying to snipe down that Colossus plus the Vikings. Is he going to get him? Yes, he gets that one Colossus down to just one more. He drops that as well, and now it is just bio versus gateway units, and this is not looking good here for MC. Going to lose the rest of these forces, although we do have some reinforcement stalkers moving out. Blink research plus 2-2 upgrades just about done for MC, but since it is not quite there yet, he decides to pull back, and that was a great engagement for taeJa. You can see right now pulling himself ahead as MC is now behind in the resources lost category. taeJa preparing to take a fourth base as he's building another command center right now. Plus, we have a command center building over here in the main. Now, MC attempting to take the center high yield expansion. I'm not sure how this is going to hold up here. Here we go. Bio moves forward, stims up, and without any Colossus, this is not the greatest force to deal with some bio. Blink Stalkers certainly help increase their longevity. Blinking forward, now going to be trying to drop a few of those medevacs, plus take out the rest of that bio. Plus, we have a few more warpins of Zealots here. Charge upgrade is not yet finished. He's going to be forcing back the bio, but not quite as threatening without that. Just continuing to stay stimmed up and staying away from those charged Zealots is those unupgraded Zealots is quite easy for taeJa, just with a little bit of micro. MC has been forced back. taeJa, feeling that he does not quite have the forces to continue to push against that center expansion, decides to pull back and regroup himself. No drops or anything coming down here from taeJa. MC doesn't have any counter harass either. We'll be taking the center of the map at the moment. Transferring on over some probes as he does have this high yield expansion now up and running. Some stemmed up bio will be pulling back, and taeJa decides it's time for him to take the center of the map as well. And he will be quite boldly moving straight into the center, dropping a few mules and grabbing that tower. Really surprised that MC didn't grab that tower, as he's not going to see this coming. Could be taking a little bit of probe loss here. Alright, we got MC's forces now splitting up. He's got the Blink Stalkers in the back. Charged Zealots moving forward with those Colossus. Stemmed up bio will be doing a little bit of damage here. This is not the greatest position here for MC. And taeJa's got some really nice unit position here. We'll be trying to get a concave. Nice force fields there from MC, but MC losing both Colossus. Will be losing the rest of his gateway units. Never mind, we got some Zealot reinforcements, and yes, they do have that charge upgrade. We'll be forcing taeJa's forces back right now. He does have some reinforcements right over here working up his continuous upgrades. MC is now 2-2, and it looks like he is just going to let taeJa mine here from the center of the map. Could do a bit of stalker harass and do some damage there. Maybe he's in range of that planetary fortress. I'm assuming that is his concern. Don't know why he would not be engaging that otherwise. Pretty interesting, actually. Okay, at the very least, use your darn Colossus to take out some of those SCVs. Why would you not? Thank you very much. Using the Colossus, we'll be dropping some of those SCVs. Really nothing that taeJa can do about that at the moment. Does have a few Vikings moving forward. Couple more medevacs. Bio now coming out with that 3-3 upgrade. However, MC will be done at 3-3 in 1 second here. Much earlier than taeJa will be. taeJa losing quite a few workers. Actually, not that many. Wow. MC only killed off 3 workers. Are you kidding me? He only killed off 3 workers? What the heck? Makes no sense at all to me. Only ended up killing off 3 workers, though, in that entire engagement. I guess we did have a few mules over there. Here we go. SCVs now pulling down to engage. Bio stims up. Good surround here from the bio, hitting from multiple angles. Good force field wall response there by MC. Vikings continue to whittle down those Colossus. Now down to just the one. Viking gets the last shot off. Bio takes out the rest of the Zealots. Now it is just Sentries and Stalkers versus this Bio, and that is not a good matchup for MC. He should be losing. Never mind, Zealot reinforcements yet again. cutting off taeJa's forces, and MC mops up taeJa. Going to be able to hit this expansion right now if he so desires. Might not want to take losses to that planetary, but stopping this mining is going to be a great idea. Yeah, look at that. Just the threat of it is enough to force taeJa off the line. We do have mining over here as well. And what does taeJa have for army size right now? 34 as opposed to 78. Still no counter harass or drops or anything like that. And right now, taeJa's mining at the center of the map is going to be doomed for the moment as the Colossus moves forward. Doesn't want to get within planetary range, though. Very wise of you to pull back there, MC. MC now transition into High Templar as well. As we can see, we do have those Archons in play. Psionic Storm research is coming through. Holding on to a few High Templar, allowing them to accumulate some energy is going to be a good idea so that he can storm as soon as that research is complete. And it looks like, yes, taeJa, losing the center of the map, decides that he is just too far behind right now, comparing his forces to what he's getting hit with by MC. Made him realize, you know what, the hit of this economy loss here, plus this giant force, is enough to make me call the GG. Alright guys, that is going to do it here in this game between MC and taeJa. That is just the single game here between these two players. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Looks like, as we see, MC was able to pull ahead here. Great game, in all honesty. Nice back and forth between both players. If you like the commentary, please subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys. Keep watching and keep owning.